Today on WAtv News, we investigate some local Native American burial grounds. We drop by Peter's Kitchen one more time and show you the newest arboretum sculpture exhibit. And WAtv starts now. Good afternoon, Wheaton Academy. I'm Catherine Swallow, and welcome to our 14th episode of the semester and our 38th of the year, and our last of the school year. Just 3 miles away from Wheaton Academy, the town of Winfield has officially been a town for 100 years and is marking their centennial celebration this year. Reporter Isabel Kelch tells us more details about how they are recognizing the origins of the land they're on.
With Winfield's centennial celebration happening this year, the town is also highlighting the legacy of the land it was built on, including the Winfield Mountains, the only documented prehistoric burial site in the county. I talked to Jordan Countryman, the records coordinator for the DuPage Forest Preserve, about the history of the site and its significance today.
Yeah, so they were built about 1,000 years ago, and considering what we would call prehistoric times, that is the late woodland period. As you know, Americans moved west, we started cultivating farmland and building local communities and development. Eventually destroyed a lot of the mounds that were actually in the Chicagoland area, except for Winfield Mountains.
The site originally held Native American artifacts and skeletal remains that were damaged through excavations by the University of Chicago, Wheaton College, and other groups over the decades, as well as vandals. The mounds were restored in 1998.
We've only been around as individuals for, 10, 20, 30 years. However, our land has a very long past. In fact, a very long time of human interaction with that land. And I think we actually lose part of our identity if we ignore our origin.
It's important to be aware of the rich history embedded in the land you live on, even in the suburbs of Chicago, and the need to preserve it. So take a walk through Winfield's Forest Preserve to learn more about this interesting site and connect with the land's history. From WATv, I'm Isabel Kelch.
Thank you for that story, Isabel. Wheaton Academy personally knows about celebrating history and the importance of preserving culture, being 168 years old and all. We know how to celebrate our students. Reporter Oso Oroko gives us the scoop on a student who's accomplished some pretty amazing things this year.
Hello guys, welcome back to Just a Little Talk. I'm your host Oso Oroko, and this is Morgan Mayo. This show is meant to bring you the most interesting and important details about students here at WA that I'm sure that you didn't know, but you will know now. So what inspired you to write this book?
It's always been a goal of mine, but the book wasn't actually going to be a book. I just read some of the poems to a workshop place that I was going to, and they decided to publish it for me.
That is so cool. So what are your major who inspired you to make this book? Who are your major inspirations and whatnot?
My favorite poets would definitely be Atticus and Charles Bukowski, but I also love Maya Angelou.
So, how many, when will this book be on sale for you to publish it and for everyone to see it and everyone to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she wrote a book? That type of thing.
It's already been published by the Los Angeles Press, but it'll be on their website later this month or early June to have a book launch. But for now, those who are interested can contact me, and then I can ship it to them or give it to them in person.
Oh, that is cool. That is cool. So like you're the one-way bookstores for your own book. So you just have like a whole stack of copies at your house? Wow. How many do you have?
I'm running out, actually. I have to order some more because I sold more than I thought, so yeah. I sold about 125 so far for my first shipment, so I have to order some more. Yeah.
All right. Do you have any inspirational things to say to the people? Anything like at all?
I would just say be open, because I didn't know it was going to be a book, and then I decided to take a chance and trust the people that told me it could be, so.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Morgan Mayo, we're proud of you. Keep writing, and when you come out with a bestseller, I'm expecting an autographed copy. With the weather enticing us to spend more time outside, Kenna Tolman gives you an even better reason to venture outside. A new exhibit at the Arboretum.
The Morton Arboretum will unveil their next outdoor exhibition this Friday called Human Nature. Today, I am going to give you a sneak peek of it. Human Nature is the first major U.S. exhibition by renowned South African artist Daniel Popper. This is his largest exhibition to date anywhere in the world. He created 5 enormous sculptures exclusively for the Arboretum. The sculptures are made of concrete, fiberglass, and steel, are 15 to 26 feet tall, and weigh several metric tons each. They are intended to communicate the connection between people and nature. The exhibition was previously planned to open on April 9th, but the Arboretum was forced to postpone the opening due to pandemic-related shipping delays that held up the arrival of exhibition materials. The sculptures will be up for at least a year. Admission to Human Nature is free with general admission to the Arboretum. From WAtv News, I'm Kenna Tolman.
Those sculptures were incredible to look at on the screen. Imagine them in person. And now for our weekly and final community scoop of the year, here's Mr. Thornton.
Good afternoon, Wheaton Academy. I'm excited to be coming with you, or to you, with the final community scoop of the year. I've been in a place the past couple of weeks where I've been reflecting a lot on what we've accomplished this year as a school community, and just wanted to call attention to that fact and then speak a word of encouragement over you. So we have 176 days total of in-person learning through the end of the year next year, with the Friday day of finals on Friday, June 4th. That makes today 169. We've been in school for almost 170 days. And if you're feeling any sense of weariness or just being worn out, like I am at this time of year, that's why. It has been a Herculean effort. Y'all have been brilliant. So proud to be coming to school every day with you, and so excited that the finish line is in sight. And my encouragement is simply to finish well, finish strong, and more than anything else, just to rest this summer in the assurances of who you are and the fact that you are loved by a great God who has been faithful time in, time out throughout the course of this year and seen us through until the end. And so with this last community scoop, I simply want to leave you with this. I speak this prayer over my kids each night, and I speak it over you, Wheaton Academy. This is the priestly blessing from Numbers chapter 6. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. And I pray that he gives you peace as you enter into the summer months. You get a break from school, you rest, and come back for 2021 in the fall, ready to rock. But more than anything, that you would just experience a great time of rest and rejuvenation this summer as you get some separation from here. Proud of you, Wheaton Academy. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Mr. Thornton. Last week, the U.S. began to make sweeping changes based on new CDC recommendations. To give us more on this, here's reporter Juliana Perry.
Last week, the CDC announced that vaccinated Americans no longer need to wear masks or social distance in most indoor settings. But many Americans remain confused as COVID-19 rules just became more complicated. The main question this creates is, how will we know who is vaccinated and who isn't? And the answer is, we won't. U.S. officials had dismissed the idea of a vaccine passport to prove a person's health records, saying it represents a violation of privacy. That shifts the burden to local governments and businesses to determine whether to require proof of vaccination. Already, several major businesses, including Walmart and Target, have been allowing shoppers to go en masse without declaring their vaccine status. although some concerts and other large gatherings have asked attendance for proof. Health experts warn that the black market for fake vaccination cards will skyrocket in the next few months. As vaccines continue, the risk for everyone, including unvaccinated people, drops every day. Pritzker said in a statement, "I support the choice of individuals and businesses to continue to wear masks out of abundance of caution as this pandemic isn't over yet." The CDC is still requiring masks for everyone at school, even if they're fully vaccinated. So even though vaccinated teachers were able to remove their masks for a couple of days, masks are required once again regardless of whether or not you have the vaccine. From me and my photographer, Weston, back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Juliana and Weston. We appreciate the administration and school nurse for all that they do to stay up on the guidelines and help us to do school the right way. And now, our official WAtv chef, Peter Canaris, jumps back into the kitchen one more time to give you his favorite cookie dough recipe.
What's going on, Wheat Academy? It's Cooking with Peter. And I'm back, and as you may have saw in the title, we're making cookie dough, so let's just get right into it. So the ingredients you're gonna use today are 2 1/4 cup all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup or 2 sticks of butter and soften it, 3/4 cup granulated sugar, 3/4 cup packed brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 large eggs, and 2 cups of chocolate chips. In a small bowl, combine your flour and your baking soda and your salt. In a large mixing bowl, put in your butter, your sugar, your brown sugar, and your vanilla extract. Now mix it up until it's fully smooth. Once you're done mixing, it should have a texture somewhat like this. What you're going to want to do now is slowly beat in both of your large eggs one at a time. Make sure the first egg you add is fully mixed in before you add the second egg. Once you're done completely mixing in the first egg, put in your second egg and do the same thing. Once both of your eggs are fully beaten into the batter, mix in your dry ingredients a little bit at a time until all of it is fully mixed in. Once your flour mixture is done mixing fully into your batter, just add your chocolate chips and stir it up. Once your chocolate chips are fully mixed in, grab a spoon and you're good to go. For the last time, Peter Canaris signing out.
Looks delicious. I could really go for a cookie right now. So, thanks, Peter. Well, it looks like the United States is getting COVID under control. Reporter Catherine Yu talks about the third hardest hit area of the world and addresses the rising cases in South America.
As we're looking forward to this summer and still ready to take off our mask, South America is still battling with COVID-19 pandemic. South America is the only place besides India experiencing rising cases of COVID, with more than 1 million COVID deaths in Latin America. New York Post reported that Brazil remains the third hardest hit country in the world in terms of confirmed COVID cases, behind only India and the United States. As many of the adults are fully vaccinated, NBC Chicago recently reported that children are making up the majority of COVID-19 cases.
Thanks, Catherine. Our prayers continue to be with those who are suffering. And now for your weather forecast and the potential for rain this week, here's Osa Oroko.
Hello, Wheaton Academy. It saddens me to tell you that this is going to be the last time this year that I'll be doing weather. But I'm Osa Oroko, and I'm still here for weather. See, as you can see out west in the Nebraska area, there's a little bit of a storm front coming to Chicago. It might hit, but it would be a little bit of a scattered storm format, so it would hit in a bunch of random places. So for the 5-day forecast, between Monday and between Friday, there's been a 40-degree decline. It has gone down drastically, but it'll go back up on Saturday to about 60 degrees. So you see on this yesterday, 90 degrees, was the first time since 1930 that we've actually hit that high on that date mark. But the temperatures will actually even out a little bit for Memorial Weekend, and it'll look really nice. Farewell, Wheaton Academy. I'm Osa Rocco. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Sosa. We'll keep a close eye on the weather for this weekend. It just happens to be the same time Wheaton Academy is hosting its first ever outdoor spring musical in front of the Fine Arts Center. Tickets are $15 and can be purchased on the Wheaton Academy website or in person on the day of the event. Showtimes are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 6 p.m., as well as a Saturday matinee at noon. The Wheaton Academy Arts Journal is a collection of visual and verbal art created by Wheaton Academy students. Copies will be on sale in the atrium on Thursday and Friday for $2 per copy. A limited supply is available. Check out what our students created and get yours while supplies last. Senior Chapel is coming up on Thursday. Rachel Cobb and I gathered footage of seniors talking about their plans for next year. Here's a quick preview of the video that'll show
Liberty,
on
Grand
Thursday.
Canyon,
Wheaton, Baylor, Pepperdine, Grace,
Grand Canyon,
Liberty,
Xavier,
Bethel, Wake Forest, DePaul,
Dallas Baptist,
Clemson,
Westminster,
Loyola,
Cornell, Risk,
Gordon,
Cedarville, Indiana, Moody, Brent Canyon, Taylor, Northwestern,
Benedictine,
Washington, Dallas, Grove City,
Hawaii, Wheaton.
Maybe you've seen all the flyers around Wheaton Academy campus advertising for a spikeball tournament. This is Project Lead Global's last fundraiser for the year. Project Lead member Corbin Bates is here to give you a little more info on the event.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the first ever Wheaton Academy Spikeball Tournament. It'll be played the Thursday of finals week, so get excited and get hyped. Entry is 1 canned food item and $5. There will also be games like Can Jam and Bags and 9 Square for those of you who get knocked out early or just want to come and have fun. Concessions will also be sold, and we're going to crown an overall winner for the school. So if you want to prove you're the best, now's the time.
Even if you don't want to play, consider giving money to help with a fundraiser. Talk to Mrs. Gergeson about how to do so. In keeping with the theme of competition, here's Zach Gardner with your weekly sports update.
Good afternoon, Wheaton Academy, and welcome to the final sports recap. I know, so sad, but let's get right into it. Starting off Monday, both varsity and JV lacrosse obliterated Hoffman Estates. The JV team won 22-0, and the varsity team won 20-1 with AJ Cerna and Liam White both having 4 goals. Moving on to Tuesday, May 18th, both baseball teams beat Glenbard East. The JV team won 12-2 behind the pitching performance of Rowan Marr. He struck out 7 batters, allowing 2 earned runs and only 4 innings. And varsity baseball won 6-3 behind the pitching performances of Ryan Scala, Hudson Williams, and Will Eckner. And on Wednesday, wrestling went up against IC Catholic Prep and Bishop Mack. Jonathan Vanderbilt went 2-0 of the day, having 2 wins by decision. And junior Hunter Catherton also had a win. And moving on to Thursday, girls soccer had a huge win against Aurora Central Catholic. Kelly Bickhart led off the scoring in the first half, scoring her 9th goal of the season, was followed up soon by Ava D'Souza having her 5th goal of the season. Anna Africa and Kelsey Bowling both had assists. And junior Sarah Sabota picked up her 6th shutout of the year. And moving on to Friday and Saturday, the boys competed in the Napier Valley Invite and went 3-1 on the weekend. They beat Bennett Academy, Quincy Notre Dame, and Lincoln Way East. And it looks like that'll be a wrap to this week's sports recap. Unfortunately, this will be my last time signing out, but I'll see you guys next year. Zach Gardner, WAtv News, signing out.
Thanks, Zach, and go Warriors. And now for your 4 things you need to know this week, here's Peter Canaris.
Thanks, Catherine. I'm Peter, and I'm here to give you your 4 things you need to know for the week. Number 1, this week we have 2 birthdays to celebrate. Mr. Eschbach, part of our Buildings and Ground team, is celebrating his today, and instrumental music director, Mr. Williamson, celebrates his birthday on Saturday. Today we had a prayer chapel, and on Thursday we will hear from and celebrate our seniors. Number 3, finals will run from Tuesday till Friday of next week. Each day will feature 2 finals starting at 8 a.m. and the other starting at 9:45. Number 4, our last episode of this school year, we wanted to recognize a student who has been involved in all 8 semesters of WATv. Jamal Freeman was best known for his role in 4 things during his first 2 years in the class. He has been a positive presence on the team and for our culture here at Wheaton Academy. We wanted to publicly state how much we appreciate him. This year has been a strain on many of us, but reporter Emma Vega went around to ask what we have been grateful for throughout this past year.
I went around asking students what they were grateful for this year.
I'm thankful we've been in person the whole year. It's been nice.
I'm thankful for Tavis King teaching me how to play basketball.
I am grateful for summer in like 2 weeks.
And I like that we could have chapel inside the FAC nowadays.
I am very grateful for our teachers this year who have worked very hard trying to make sure that we are still learning to the best of our abilities regardless of all the things that we've had to kind of work around.
I'm grateful for having a better senior year than it could have been this year.
I am thankful that Quiz Bowl was one of the fall activities that stayed going through all of COVID.
I am really grateful for that we got to have sports this year. It didn't look like we were going to have them, and so it's really great that we had like a soccer season. We had a great time, so I'm really grateful for that.
I am thankful for Profe Purcell.
I'm thankful for Miss Johnson and her class.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah, love her.
I'm grateful that we had a football season.
I am grateful for masks because although they're really annoying, but they're the ones that make these happen and make us able to be in person for school this year.
So I'm thankful that we get to be in school this year because I know a lot of my friends from my old school, they have to be online. So I'm thankful to see people and be able to go to school.
Okay, I'm extremely grateful for being able to do a sport and amidst the pandemic and having a great time with friends. Just spending time with friends and family has been awesome.
I too am also grateful for having the opportunity to participate in sports this year. For WAtv News, I'm Emma Vega. Back to you at the desk.
Well, that'll do it for this week's episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at WAtv and on YouTube at youtube.com/WheatonAcademy.org to stay up to date throughout the summer. Instead of closing out our show in the usual way, here's one final video to say our goodbyes.
From WAtv.
From WAtv News.
From WAtv News.
From WAtv News.
From WAtv News. From WAtv.
This is Tyler Abrams.
I'm Weston Wagner.
I'm Kenna Tolman.
This is Catherine Swallow.
I'm Juliana Perry. I'm Lydia Daniel.
This is Jake Miller. This has been Zach Garner, signing out.
I'm Isabel Kalish.
From WAtv News, I'm Rachel Cobb.
From WAtv, reporter Osa Rocco.
This is Catherine Rue from WAtv.
For WAtv News, I'm Greta Gustafson.
For the last time, Peter Canaris, signing out.
For WAtv News, I'm Tegan Allison, signing out.
Thank you, Wheaton Academy, for a great school year. From WAtv News, I'm Emma Vega.